I know we just touched on Ben Simmons. If you wanted to give your opinion on him and what the hell's going to happen in this offseason, because that boy need to work on a lot of shit, man. Otherwise, he's going to be sent over to OKC along with everybody else.
Well, I think Ben's going to have to make this decision of whether or not that he's going to be this quote unquote superstar that a lot of people throw this label around, like to attach to him. Yeah. I don't see it. I don't. Granted, he's a lockdown defender. It's kind of indicative of that since he was in like the top 3, top 4 for defensive player of the year. But Ben can't shoot consistently.
And no, he can't shoot at all. There's no consistency. He can't shoot at all.
Until that gets fixed, I don't know what use a lot of teams are going to have for him. So the way that I look at it right now, I don't think Philly can really even trade him, because you really think teams are looking that high on Ben Simmons right now after the performance that he had this past postseason? I wouldn't.
Yeah. Yes.
I would be.
Apparently, there was a report today. I forget who it was from.
I mean, they got to be desperate.
Somebody said something about there's a lot of teams inquiring about his availability, and Daryl Moore or Morey or whatever, and then Rich Paul had a sit down, and they talked about Ben's potential future, and they said that they have no plans to move from Ben, but they did say and emphasize that Ben will be in the gym a lot more this summer than he has been in past seasons to work on that shooting. So
it's going to be.
We've seen GMs lie. We've seen GMs lie before, so I'm not going to say anything.
I honestly, I just think that Ben should probably just take the summer to just work on his craft. I mean, defensively, it's not an issue. And the way that he facilitates the ball is not an issue here. But as a basketball player, you got to shoot. And, I mean, he doesn't even take threes. And, I mean, the defense will give him all the space in the world to take up those three-point shots. And he's just not confident whatsoever to take them. I mean, if anything, just start small. Work on just a mid-range jumper. You don't have to go out and shoot it damn near 45, 50%. But if you could shoot close to like 35, 40%, and then just kind of build upon it from there, it seems like something that could work out for him in the long run. But the way that I see it right now, if teams are really considering about trading for Ben, they better hope that their shooting department could really kind of get him up to speed, because putting him in a new system, in a new city, it may not be best for Ben. I think, honestly, Ben's best bet is to stay in Philly and just work through these issues.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, no, I agree completely. Ben just needs to literally stop messing around and focusing on these trick shots and all these other things that he works on in the postseason, in the off season. There was this video. You remember the summer where we had Hoodie Mello, and everybody was hyping it up for the next season. There was a couple videos of, I guess, Ben working out with some other NBA players, in which he was pulling up pretty much all over the court, whether that was a 3-point shot, a midi fadeaway, hesitation, half spin, pull up, and he was hitting them. And then, what we got this season, which was nowhere near that. And obviously Ben shot I think an NBA low 32% from the free throw line this season, or should I say in the postseason, which is just atrocious. He shot less of a percentage than 2 entire franchises in the postseason, which is just insane when you really think about it. And he's just a complete liability in the fourth quarter because of his inability not only to shoot, but to knock down free throws. So, I mean, when you have your second best player, your second most expensive player off the court, it just seems like, he's useless in close game situations, which is just not something you want to hear. Not only a coach, but fans and analysts say too, like, how does that flow? Your second best player can't be on the floor because he's a liability, not only from the free throw line, but everywhere that isn't the paint. And it's crazy.
It's just so perplexing. Like, I think Ben's a good dude. It's just in these moments, like, you can't even put him in end of the game situations here because he can't shoot free throws and he's a liability offensively. And like, I want to see Ben succeed. Like, I don't want this to get lost in translation. The best thing that could happen in this situation is Ben just goes out and hoops. But man, it's just tough to watch him play offense sometimes.
Yeah, it's rough. If it's not a fast break, it's almost like he's not scoring.
And I don't get any satisfaction about saying that. Like, I want to see Ben succeed. The dude has skills, but if he could just hone in on his offense just a little bit better, I think he could take that leap that I think a lot of people were kind of expecting him to take when he was coming out of LSU.